Hey guys, we're live. It's Monday, start of a new week. Feb. I was going to say February. I don't know why. Um, April 22nd, 2024. And I'm just coming off of Mayhem and Miracles, our friend Masha's live session, and making some connections. I always do, every time I go there. Which is as often as I can, as often as I see her pop up. I try to connect. Um, and yeah, always. Our friend Flower is here. Hello, Eric. How are you doing? I'm doing well. How are you? How was school? I'm just checking on a few things. I want to see who is going live. I got a few friends up and running. Beth's Bits and Pieces, her YouTube channel. I got her up, running, watching, giving some watch hours, but also enjoying. Like right now, it's a video of an air raid shelter, which I believe is from the shelters from World War II. Our friend, It Is What It Is, Lewis is here. I also have our friend Ivy and Rich podcast up and running too. These are people that would like to get some watch hours, and I'm happy to support and to let them know. Give me a second. So, I've mentioned before, It Is What It Is says, good morning, Eric, and how are you? I'm doing well. How are you? How are you feeling after your run yesterday? It Is What It Is says, so my bullying has gotten me into trouble. It always can backfire on you, man. Wife now asking for 8 miles next weekend. Got to be careful. Really, you won't need too much more for the half marathon. Hey, is it too late for you to sign up as well? Because I really think that you could do the half marathon. Just don't have the thought. Just don't think about racing it. Just go and think about finishing. And that way it's something that you two will train together and you'll be able to race together. Although, she might want to race it. Your goal will just be there, to have fun. Lewis says, surprisingly good, Eric. I tell you what, man, burpees are the perfect complement to running. I wish I was doing burpees when I was doing ultras. Although I was doing kettlebell sport. And I was also doing kettlebell get-ups and swings. So that was a big help for me. Lewis says, I told her to blame you for this. She can blame me when you talk her into the 50K. Flower says, I'm good, Eric, and school. There are only 4 people, including me, in class. Wow. And 3 come in after lunch, but only 1 came, so it was just the 2 of us. And one of the 3 was not there either, so not a lot of people. It would be perfect for me. Flower says, but it's fun because we were more free. That's cool. Um, Lewis says, Eric, this last run really got me excited for that half marathon, but I don't know yet. I might. Again, if you approach it just for fun, you don't need more than 10 miles. And even that might be more than you need. You could probably top off at 8 miles for your long run and still be able to finish a half marathon. Um, I think most people will take it up to maybe 10. That's if they're training exclusively for half marathon. 10 miles is really all you need for a long run. And you're almost there, and you still have what, a month plus? Do you get some tapering time in? Not that I'm bullying. Not that I'm being a race bully. Don't believe everything you hear from Mocha. Mocha would tell you that she is, that I bullied her into doing a 50K. It's true, but don't believe her. So, I'm making a quick little side step here. I got the sound off, but we have Kay and Renee's garden up and getting her burpees in. I believe today's 22nd day, but I believe she's doing 23 burpees, I think. So a little bit of support here. There we go. I got her up. We're watching her. Flower says her math teacher also did not come in. And I can't tell you how happy I was. I can imagine. I was much the same. It is what it is. Just thinking about it. I might make my decision this next run, but also Burpee Day would be the same week. So I don't know. I might. That would be a big week, man. It is what it is. Says I plan on going off on Burpee Day. Yeah, but remember, you're starting with a really good foundation because of all your burpees. So I don't think the race is going to take a whole lot out of you. I honestly think you could do both. So I see that our friend Flower has 33 subscribers. We need to get her 17 more. It is what it is, says I appreciate that, Eric. You got it. Definitely got my support. Anything I can do to help. Especially once you start running ultras, man. I'm really looking forward to helping you then. Hey, I helped our friend Sam Thrussell get into kettlebell sport. If you can't encourage your friends to do crazy ass shit, what kind of friend are you? It is what it is, says, you think I can do the half marathon on the same shoes I have now? Yeah, I think so. Some people might say no, but how many days a week are you running total? It is what it is, says laughing out loud. Facts. Eric, I need those friends. Yeah, we all do. I've always prided myself on being one of those friends. Lewis says, I got 3 runs in those shoes, so a total of 3 runs, 12 miles total. and it's June, first week in June. Yeah, I think you could do it. I don't think that should be a problem. I'm all for wearing my. I got tons of shoes, tons of running shoes, but I'm all for. I'll wear shoes forever. People would say, "Man, you need to get rid of them," and I'm like, I see no reason. The duct tape is still holding up. If I run out of duct tape and I can't take my shoes back together, then I'll consider retiring them and getting a new pair. A friend Odom is here, saying, "Hey, just a Yogi, and it is what it is," and flowers. How was the weekend in the garden, Odom? How's the strawberry plants and the new trees? How are the new trees shaping up? I'm just checking in on some of our friends. Kay Renee has gotten her burpees in. Kay Renee's garden. She has definitely developed into a great fitness channel as well. Odom says, "Okay, strawberry about ready. Got cold last night, and tonight new trees are good. Good. Yeah, it got cold up here, and there's a frost warning. I feel bad for the people who have stuff in the garden and what might happen. I think it's supposed to be like a 2-day frost warning here." Got to make sure I hit the like button on Kay's burpee performance. I see our friend Simone Tragazer, I believe I'm saying that right, has a new video up. And the Jay Jordan is out on his bike. I tell you what, I enjoy putting content out. I enjoy doing the live streams. I love doing the nature videos, as well as reading some of my stuff. But I've gotten a whole lot of satisfaction coming here and helping people with their channel. Whatever help that I can provide. Not that I have the widest audience, but I can give watch hours to people. I can like and share. I can support. And I can encourage. And encouragement goes a long way. It was encouragement Odom shared with us the other day. The people who he met at the in Savannah, who told him how much his channel meant to them. That's wonderful encouragement, and it always seems to come just when we need to hear it the most. It is what it is. Gives a salute to Odom. Odom says, "I've planted tomatoes, cucumbers, and peppers already." So how is frost going to be a threat for them? Is it going to harm them, or is it just something to be concerned with? Odom says, "I enjoy the video more than live stream. Just hate editing." You know, I've been giving that some thought because I've seen on some videos that people have sent me, and other people have told me, edit your stuff, make it look more professional. And I decided, no, I'm good. The world is over edited as it is. Everything is polished. Everything is shiny. Sometimes, being authentic and just presenting things the way they are. My nature shorts They go in different directions until I can settle on it. Because that's how you do a short, that's how you do a nature film when you're using a handheld camera. You got to find it. You got to pinpoint on it. It doesn't need to be perfect. It needs to be me. It needs to be authentic. I'm fine with my mistakes. I'm trying to get better, but I don't need to edit to cover it up. It's a 15-second nature video. I'm going to edit to 5 seconds that look perfect. Enjoy the experience of someone with a camera trying to find what they're looking for, and then the satisfaction that you get when you finally lock on it. It's almost like a sigh. It's almost like that. Yes, there it is. This is what I've been looking for. I'm happy that you guys are with me. Odom says that he's covered them. Awesome. And Lewis says, I agree, Eric, natural is better. Yeah, I mean, the people who are good at editing and love it, more power to them, awesome. But not everyone needs to do that. We don't need to follow in other people's footsteps. Be a content creator of your own heart, whatever that is. If you're a perfectionist, that's fine. For me, catching 20 seconds of a bluebird is nature's perfection. I don't need to do anything to it. My imperfections are part of the show. That's why for me it's all a practice. Years ago I heard the Dalai Lama talk about how he practices meditation. And what a huge relief for me. The Dalai Lama, he's the 14th incarnation of the Dalai Lama. Countless lives, according to Tibetan Buddhism tradition. And he's been practicing meditation since he was 3 years old. And yet he still has to practice, even now that he's 80. That lets me off the hook. I don't need to be perfect. Just need to be me. Odom says it's always hit or miss. Video did better last year as far as views. Yeah, it's funny because I'll post a nature short, and I'll think, man, this is awesome. Like, right now I have Dance to the Grackle, and it's literally on a treetop, and it's doing a little dance, and it's gotten 1 view. Then the other day I posted one of a deer laying down, and it got, I think, 2,700. You just never know. Like Odom says, hit or miss. Lewis says, what I don't like is them pretty burpee guys that have no real work behind it and have millions of views, and they haven't put in the real work. Yeah. I think it was Burpees Bandit. He says he doesn't often watch or subscribe to a lot of the new people, figuring they need to come up through the ranks before he'll give him some support. Of course, there's other people who were new. Brian Lane, who instantly I knew this guy's putting in the work. This guy's been through the fire. Same with Leo Said So. If you guys are watching Leo, I think he's on day 105 of burpees, usually about 150 or so every day. Of course, it is what it is. My goal is to one day be a burpee pretty boy. That's what I'm working on. And Flower says, I don't know what to do. What are your options, Flower? You don't know what to do about a video? My suggestion, anyone who is struggling with their art, whatever their art is, don't overthink it. Everything begs for your attention. Every single thing in the universe begs for your attention. To do a YouTube short on a sunset, on a cloud, on a tree, on a squirrel, that's perfect. That's your art, your expression. you get to give it your attention. It is what it is, says be you, Eric. Eric, that's what makes you great. I appreciate hearing that. I spent some time in my teenage years trying to be something that I wasn't, and fortunately realized that's not the life that I wanted to be, wanted to have, and pretty much surrendered from there. That I was just going to be whatever life wanted me to be. Odom says, I just don't want to spend a lot of money on editing software and music until I'm making a good amount on here. $100 every month, every other month, or every 3 months is no money. Yeah, I'm not there. I'm not thinking of that yet. Right now, I'm thinking of getting monetized, and then I'll start thinking about ways of increasing. Flower says, I'm really just bored. 18% battery. I'm just laying in bed. Well, what can we do to entertain you? If and you says, hey, Eric, it's been a rough day. My elderly dog hurt her leg, and it's a crazy amount of money to fix. Poor girl. I'm sorry to hear that. That's nothing breaks my heart more than a dog or a cat, especially an elderly dog or a cat who isn't well. Can you do maybe a GoFundMe? Raise a bit of funds to help with the expenses? I'd be happy if you do that. I'd be happy to share it on social media. I believe on my channel, my email is available. You can send me an email. I'd share it on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and here as well. Flower says, hello, Eric, do you mind searching up a song I'd like to review? It's called Open the Door. I don't mind at all. I don't know if I can play it, though. What are the copyright laws on Facebook? I know I wanted to play some jazz to my burpees, and I was warned not to. That not only would I get an infringement, but the infringements actually count against your monetization. I don't know if that's true or not. Flower says, completely fine if you don't want to. Of course I'll do it for you. FNU says, went to the vet and it's torn CCL, about 5.7 to fix. Wow. I can't believe a vet would charge that much. Someone suggested to me once when one of my dogs was sick to go to a veterinarian school where it's considerably cheaper because they're still learning, but you get the same quality. Again, I'm happy to share out if you do a GoFundMe. Do what I can for you. Flower says, I hope she gets better. And 4.7K, that's too much, bruh. It's on YouTube. So, open the door. you know who it's by? Is it Open the Door? That's not my neighbor's song. It's not my neighbor's song. And Odom says, have a blessed day, everyone. Back to work. You too, Odom. Can you hear it? Don't expect me to dance to it.
Good afternoon. Hello. Hi. Isn't it nice to be human? Entirely human. It would be so kind if you could open the door and let me inside. You're asking a whole lot of questions. Is it the way that I'm dressed up? Is it the number of eyes? I knew it was something. I'll come back with a new disguise. Take another face and
let me put this on pause for a second, Flower. Sorry. FNU says I started one this morning, but it's only asking for 500, which won't nearly be enough. I have 4K followers on Instagram, so I'm just seeing if anyone from there would pitch in. I think someone donated 5. I also have 1,000 in care credit at the moment. What's your Instagram under? If you don't mind sharing it. And of course, you know, you can always say, hey, I'm upping it to 4,000. Let's see. At all right, I'm writing that down. When I'm done the live, I'll try to go visit. We'll see what we can do for you. Flower says, hi, MC Games.
get mine. Making a replacement of your kind. Another future creature next in line. Behind you. Oh, you saw right through me, didn't you? Your senses are screaming. This isn't a human.
Brian Lane says, hello, Flower and Odom. Just wishing you all a great day before we go and work out.
Everything checks out. Let me inside.
We'll keep playing it, Flower. I'll keep bringing it up. Thanks, Brian. Appreciate that. Flower says, oops, bless him for that. Minecraft Grammar says, Asal Mulakaeum, bro. I know I said that wrong. I apologize. I gave it my best attempt. How are you? I'm doing well, my friend. How are you? Thanks for coming in. And FNHU puts up some heart emojis. Definitely, man. Definitely want to help. Can't have a hurt dog on our hand. If we can help take care of it, that's for sure. Brian says, thanks, Eric. Hope you're having a great day. Flower says, I can just review it and close it. I can do that. You got a thumbs up from me. Brian says, thanks, Eric. Hope you're having a great day. I am having a pretty good day. I enjoyed your meditation video, Brian. So, I might read this again this evening. This is from Zen and the Art of Archery. I'm going to read this out loud. Archery is, therefore, not practiced solely for hitting the target. The swordsman does not wield the sword just for the sake of outdoing his opponent. The dancer does not dance just to perform certain rhythmic movements of the body. The mind has to first be attuned to the unconscious. If one really wishes to be a master of an art, technical knowledge of it is not enough. One has to transcend technique so that one becomes an artless art, growing out of the unconscious. In the case of archery, the hitter and the hit are no longer two opposing objects, but one reality. The archer ceases to be conscious of himself as the one who is engaged in hitting the bullseye, which confronts him. This state of unconsciousness is realized only when completely empty and rid of the self. He becomes one with the perfecting of his technical skill. That's the art. It's the same in archery, it's the same in photography, it's the same to putting out YouTube content. It's the same with doing burpees. Hey, our friend Kay Renee's Garden is here. How are you, Kay? Excellent job with the burpees. And by the way, excellent job with the squats. Brian says hello, Kay. Flower says that she will be gone for 17, Eric. And hello, how are you, Kay? Brian says, don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you, Brian. So, that's the foreword to Zen and the Art of Archery, and it was written by D.T. Suzuki, who was a very one of the first Zen masters coming from Japan to the United States back in the 1950s. He was a great influence on Alan Watts, as well as others. And when he talks of unconscious, that's a term that's sort of gone out of favor in meditation circles, Zen circles, yoga circles. What he's really referring to is the absolute, the realization of emptiness that's ever present, and it's the all-allowingness of emptiness that brings forth everything. That's the realization that you shoot for. As he says, again, this is the foreword. In the case of archery, the hitter and the hit are no longer two opposing subjects, but one with reality. And that the archer is not practiced solely for hitting the target. The swordsman does not wield the sword just for the sake of outdoing his opponent. The dancer does not dance just to perform certain rhythmical movements of the body. So I've read this book in 1990, I believe. A friend gave it to me after a college professor gave it to him. He was a photojournalist major, and his instructor wanted him to get to that point where he wasn't focused so much on fixing things, that he was allowing the subject of his photography to be as important as taking the photograph itself. In fact, that the two would merge. Kay says hello to Flower, and FNHU says, gives Kay a wave. Our friend Destiny is here. She says, hello, Eric. Happy Monday. How are you? Dropped in to check in on you. I appreciate that. I'm doing pretty well. I really appreciate the watch hours that you've given me, Destiny. Very much appreciated. The first level, that 3,000, it's in sight. Might take, I don't want to say how long it's going to take, because then I put a limit on it. You say it's going to take this long, and then you work within those expectations. I got a month. Get rid of the expectations, and you just work from where you are. Maybe it'll take a week. So, yeah, I'd rather not put that kind of expectation. So I will just say that it's great to have that in sight. Kay says, hello to anyone I miss. Sometimes it's hard for me to see the chat. Understandable. Our friend, it is what it is, was here. Odom was here, but he had to go back to work. Kay says hi to Miss Destiny. And Destiny says blessings and love to everyone in the chat. Happy Monday, family. It is a happy Monday. Destiny says, I will be watching more of your playlist, Eric. I am glad to help. Very much appreciated. And I hope that the playlists also offer something in return. Even if you just pop in here and there, that maybe there'll be a little. I know you've watched some of the meditation ones. With that really being my passion, what I love to talk about more than anything is probably meditation, because it's such a wide-ranging topic. I can't talk about art, which I love to talk about. For me, writing and now doing the nature shorts, without talking about meditation. I can't talk about yoga. I tell people that, whenever I mention that I teach yoga, people ask me for a posture. Can you recommend a posture that will help my back? Can you give me a yoga routine that will help my running? And I try to explain that that yoga is an 8-limbed path. So you could teach breath work, and you're a yoga teacher. You can teach meditation. You can teach yoga nidra. All of that makes you a meditation teacher. And it has nothing to do with the asanas, the postures themselves. You can do all of it. But I wrote about that today. One of the great self-realized masters of all time, Ramana Maharshi, recommended one yoga posture, and that was Sukhasana, which is the easy pose. Kay says, I love meditation. That's awesome. And I can see that. I can see that in how you present yourself on your talks, and it'll sound odd. Uh, for me, there's always a connection. People who meditate or who are drawn in that direction and who've changed their diet, who have allowed their heart to expand to include all creatures. So I'm not saying everyone who meditates is a vegetarian or a vegan, but I think there's a close connection. I think they're heading in that direction. It's just one more step to take. Destiny says, hello and happy Monday. Lewis, how are you? I'm on vacation. We'll drop in every now and then to check in the family. Yep, I saw that in your video. That this time, your last vacation, it was a complete social media fast, but this one you're going to be checking in. Destiny says, hello to Brian Lane. Hey, Brian put out a great video on meditation today, this morning. I think it was this morning, maybe it was last night. Destiny says, I love meditation 2K. Destiny says that she's having a great day, Brian. Kay says, I appreciate that, Yogi. So I'm always happy to talk about the particular form of meditation that I teach and practice, as well as others through the years of, well, really over 40 years of various practices of meditation, and then settling into, in the late 1990s, primordial sound meditation, and how I worked that for decades before finally deciding that I also wanted to be a teacher. Destiny says, please don't forget to hit the like button and share out the host's amazing channel. Thumbs up. Thank you. Destiny says, YouTube fasting teaches me so much. I enjoyed my vacation and YouTube fasting a few weeks ago. Another great thing, not just a social media fast, but a talking fast. Give yourself an hour a day or more. Give yourself a day a week, 1 day a month. Don't say anything. That's actually offered by Deepak Chopra as well. It's a Vedic and yogic practice. You'd be surprised at how much, and by fasting from talking, that also means that you are not reading, because reading is actually an internal conversation between you and the author. You're not listening to music. You are not watching TV or anything else. And you'd be amazed at how your internal conversation begins to die down in the course of a day, because it's not being fed any longer. The reason you don't want to read is because you want to cultivate silence. Kay says, like and share done. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. Brian says he's good. Destiny says, thanks for checking out the host live and channel, Kay. Much love. Definitely much love, and definitely appreciated. As mentioned before, when I came in, I was spending some time over with Mayhem and Miracles, Masha's site. Anyone who wants to grow their channel, or anyone that helps want to help other people grow their channels, go visit Mayhem and Miracles. She will put in monster long live streams, sometimes 4 hours, and it's all about helping people connect. I never fail to make some. What I love about it, it's valuable connections. It's you know what? It's the same with the Jay Jordan. The connections that I make with the J, the connections that I make with Mayhem, are the ones that you really want, because they have um, they bring meaning to you. You actually forge a relationship with them. It's not about just subscription. Subscriptions are awesome because they get you, if you're trying to grow your channel, they help get you where you want to be. But relationships should be what YouTube is all about. Forging a true connection, so that you want to support these people. For me, everyone that I share out on my community page, from gaming to nature channels to burpees to gardening, are people that I've managed happily to form a relationship with. That's really the great value with uh, the Jays live stream and Mayhem's. Kay says, no problem. I love your channel. Thank you. I appreciate that. FNHU says, I have a thirst for knowledge, but reading is hard for me. I have terrible ADHD, and possibly some diagnosed things as well. I find myself reading the same page over and over without picking up. What about Audible books? It's a great way, because even if you find that your mind wanders with an Audible book, the message, the information still seeps in. And FNHU says, I daydream while I read. Yeah, definitely Audible, like I said, because even if the mind wanders, it just, something is still being observed. HLW says, Minecraft gamers. I'm not sure what that stands for. And that is followed up with, bro, that I do know. That I do know. And search out YouTube channels of people who offer something that you're interested in, and listen to them, especially the live stream, because you get to ask questions. And I think the best of the live streamers would be happy to reply. Okay, says hi to Minecraft. FNHU says, I like short books like Louis L'Amour. I absolutely love Louis L'Amour. I started reading him, I might have been 8 or 9 years old, because my father was a fan. He loved paperback westerns when he was a kid. Passed them on to me. Zane Grey, Louis L'Amour. Above all, I love Louis L'Amour books, and I still do. Louis L'Amour books are my go-between books. When I wanted perfect to take on a plane or on a trip, you just want to slip something in, and I could reread him over and over. That there might be a book that I read, a Zing or a Louis L'Amour book that I read when I was 16, and I might have read it again when I was 26 and 36 and 46, and I never get tired of it. Destiny says, hello to IFNHU. IFNU. I will get that right one day. Eric has a great idea and solution. I think the audiobooks will work for you as well. Minecraft Gamer says, how are you? I'm doing pretty well. How are you? I've watched some of the gaming channels that I've subscribed to that do the Minecraft. And man, they have a lot of fun when they play that. Destiny says, please don't forget to smash the like button if you haven't already. Thanks everyone for lending support and showing love to the host. It is much appreciated. FNHU as well. I think meditation might help you. A lot of people, especially people with ADHD, might think that they can't meditate. The goal of meditation isn't to be single focused. It's to realize the inherent silence that's already present. So you don't have to put all your focus on the breath or all your focus on a mantra. You can put your focus on the mantra, and as your mind wanders, eventually you catch it and you bring it back. You don't have to get upset about it. You don't have to punish yourself. That's the whole process of meditation. Is the mind wandering, and you bring it back. The mind wanders, you bring it back. Eventually, what you notice is you're not the thinker. You're not the one producing your thoughts. Thoughts come, thoughts go. You're the ever-present awareness that is simply watching those thoughts. So it's your brain that has ADHD. You yourself are ever-present awareness. You are never not aware. And Flower is back. Welcome back, Flower. You're always missed. We always appreciate it when you're here. FNHU says, I will try some audiobooks out. I listen to a lot of podcasts, and it's definitely easier to retain the knowledge. Podcasts are excellent. Excellent way to get good information. I should recommend some of my favorite. Rich Roll. Rich, RICHROLL. Wonderful podcast. It says that it's definitely easier to retain the knowledge. I have to be interested in the topic, or I find myself daydreaming. I understand that. And again, the great thing is, don't think that just because you're daydreaming that you're not acquiring the knowledge. And you obviously have that ability, because think of all that you can do. So trust the deeper nature of your mind. FNHU says, I want to try meditation. Where should I start? I always think one of the best places to start is with the breath, because it's always present. You're never without the breath. And again, it's not concentration. It's not focus. Find a comfortable place to sit, your back straight. Doesn't have to be in a fancy yoga position. It could be in a straight back chair. Hands in your lap. You could do a mudra like that, or you could have your hands, this is upside down, so you'd want it this way. Shoulders relaxed, jaws relaxed, necks relaxed, eyes are closed. Don't worry about trying to focus on anything. Don't even focus on the breath. But as you breathe in, just notice breathing in. As you breathe out, just notice breathing out. And you can even say that to yourself. Breathing in, out, in, out. However it goes. You don't have to force the breath. You don't have to try to do anything special with it. Just notice it. One thing that's going to happen almost immediately is you're going to start thinking about something else. Who cares? Don't even worry about it. As soon as you notice that you are, you come back to the breath. Don't punish yourself. Don't judge yourself. Don't say, I'm never going to get the hang of this, because the very fact that you came back to the breath means you've already gotten the hang of it. Just like that, instantly. Breathe in, breathe out. You can try to even count. Breathing in, 1. Breathing out, 2. When you get to 10, start over. If you lose track between 1 and 10, start over. Wonderful thing about meditation, it's a practice, and you can start over, and you can start over, and you can start over. You're never wrong for starting over. The mind wanders. That's what the mind is supposed to do. But who and what you are is awareness, and that never wanders. So what you're doing is reminding yourself of your true reality, of your true identity of being awareness. So you'll find that you start relaxing. Work with that for a while, and then we'll do some mantra meditation. And mantra meditation is like supercharging it. You can also start off with doing some breath work. So before you start meditating, breathe through the nose, breathe in for a count of 4, not 4 seconds, whatever your count is. Breathing in, 1, 2, 3, 4, exhaling through the nose, 4, 3, 2, 1. Try to make it even. Do 10 rounds of that. Relaxes the mind, gets you ready for meditation, and then you just naturally focus on the breath. I'll read something really quick, and then I'll get back to the comments. This is my all-time favorite meditation quote. It's by Franz Kafka, who is the author of Metamorphosis, quite a few other books. And let's see. If I can find that, Googling up real quick. Normally this comes right up. There we go. So this is from Franz Kafka, and it describes meditation perfectly. You do not need to leave your room. Remain sitting at your table and listen. Do not even listen, simply wait. Be quiet, still, and solitary. The world will freely offer itself to you. It has no choice. It will roll in ecstasy at your feet. So just sit. Notice the breath. Destiny says, hello to Flower. How are you today? Blessings of love to you, sis. Hey, let me mention again, if you guys could subscribe to Flower's channel, I think if you click on the wrench, it should come up. You should be able to visit it. This is what I'm told by people who know more than me. Flower has a goal, 50 subscribers. We're at 33 right now. Flower says she's good and asking how Miss Destiny is. Miss Destiny is awesome, which is great to hear. FNHU says, thank you for the tips. I will try some meditation. Keep me posted. Feel free to ask questions. You can send me an email. It should be on my channel somewhere. You guys can always look me up on Facebook if you want. Eric McCarty. Always happy to add friends, make connections. I love YouTube and the connections that you make, but for me, Facebook is a little more personal. It's just easier to relax and get to know people, because here it's me talking and reading, and I don't get to really super interact with people the same way that I would like to. I'm very fortunate. Brian Lane is a YouTube friend, or he's a YouTube friend, but he's also a Facebook friend. So I get to see, all the great stuff that's going on in his life. Flower says, hey, Eric, how do you deal with guilt? The same way you deal with anything, which is go to the source. Ask yourself who it is that's really feeling guilty. Who is it that feels guilty? Guilt is just a thought. It's a thought that you keep having about something specific over and over and over again. What if you didn't think that? What if you didn't believe it? What if you had the thought, and instead of relating to it and saying, I feel guilty, if you really just ask, well, who is this I that feels guilty? Who is the I that believes it? What if you just decided to smile at it and not believe it? In order to feel guilty, you have to keep remembering to feel guilty. So remember to forget to remember to feel guilty, if that makes sense. Did I get too redundant in it? Really meaning that just because you think it doesn't mean it's true. Flower says, go for something that probably wasn't your fault. Well, that's exactly it. You're thinking about guilt. You're thinking about blame, and you're believing that it's true. For one, it's already gone. It's already over. It doesn't even exist anymore, except in your mind. So when you surrender the mind, the thoughts won't go away. You don't want to force them out. The more you try to force anything, the more it'll persist, the more it'll fight back. You put energy into getting rid of it, that energy is going to come back and it's going to fight you. So you just think it and then question the thought. Is it true? Is the thought that I'm having about guilt true? If it is true, is it happening right now? If it's not happening right now, it doesn't really exist anymore. It's over. It's gone. Bring your energy towards what you want. So, I hope that it helps, Flower. I definitely don't like the thought of you feeling guilty about something. Destiny says, Eric, thanks for everything. I enjoyed the discussion and the fellowship of beingness. I appreciate all you do. Blessings and love to you and everyone in the chat. Family, enjoy your day. You too, Destiny. Enjoy your vacation. I'm happy to know that you'll still be peeking in now and then. But I'm even happier to know that you're going to be relaxing and taking care of yourself. So, yeah, Flower, I don't want to say that it's so easy to offer advice. Don't feel guilty. It wasn't your fault. We feel what we feel. We can't fight our thoughts. If we could, we wouldn't be having these particular thoughts that don't make us feel good. But they happen. But when you watch the thought, don't try to change it, you just watch it. As soon as you're aware that you're having that thought of guilt, just simply be aware and see what happens to it. Does it change? Does it move? Does it come back? Just keep watching. You don't have to do anything other than watch. Everything changes by itself. Eventually, when you're watching, you start thinking, well, this might not even be true. Flower says, how about grief? Not that I have both. I just want to know when I get it. Grief is natural. We grieve for what feels to be lost. And I don't think you need to do anything with it. Feel the grief. When you lose something or someone that you love, allow yourself to grieve fully and deeply from the heart. You don't want to get over it. You don't want to push it away. You don't want to do anything other than grieve. It's been 2 years since my father passed away. I grieve every single day. But here's the difference. I don't suffer for my grief because I don't tell myself I'm not supposed to feel this way. If it's happening, if I feel it, that's what I'm supposed to feel. Grief is the natural expression of loss. At the same time, you start realizing the essence of my father isn't lost. I still contain it in my heart. I still have a conversation with my father. I still see him everywhere I go. My father was a science teacher. He would tell me all the time that molecules that you're breathing now once belonged, or were once breathed in, or once made up. Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, Jesus. Ancient molecules still in existence today. Once you're gone, those molecules, those atoms, those particles still exist. They're still circulating. They've become something else. So you get to see your loved one expressing themselves as life right now, knowing that they're present. So with that, you sort of start holding your grief a little bit lighter. But yeah, I will always grieve my father. I hope that helps. So I think for this afternoon, we're going to wrap things up. I'll be back this evening, about 5 o'clock or so. I know that sometimes Flower can't make it. Always appreciate it when you do, but never feel like you have to. Milka has subscribed to your channel, Flower. You are at 34 right now. 34 subscribers. 16 more to go. So, guys, we'll call it a day. Always happy to help anyone with meditation. Anyone who wants to learn. And again, if you want to look me up on Facebook, happy to give instructions there. Happy to instruct for what I teach, primordial sound meditation. We work with mantras. I'm a breathwork coach, and I teach pranayama as well. Always happy to help people with that. Flower says, thanks for understanding that I can't make it. I'm happy. Of course, you know, I appreciate you when you're here. And that's what counts. I appreciate your presence. For me, man, Flower, you're giving me the gift of time and your energy. Couldn't ask for anything better than that. Couldn't ask for a better friend. Minecraft Gamer says, bro, what is Instagram name? That's a good question. Hold on, and I will let you know. I think it's just Eric McCarty. One sec. So it should be Eric McCarty. two C's. ERICC, MCCARTY. Flower says, I don't think I will today. She's sleepy already. Understandable. Yeah, so come on by. Look me up on Instagram. Look me up on Facebook. Minecraft Gamer says, what is your Instagram account name? It's all one word. Eric McCarty. ERICCMCCARTY. No space in between. Hope that makes sense. I have lots of pancake photos on my Instagram page. So you'll recognize me as the guy with all kinds of photos of pancakes. Don't ask me why. It's hard to explain. So, guys, I'll be back 5 o'clock or so. Appreciate you all being here. Thanks. Take care, guys.